Paul. Oh my God. Oh my God. My lovely Darren, down here, right here. Let's just the loudest cheer you could ever do for the mayor of BlizzCon, Mr. Darren DePaul. Give me some sugar. Darren. Oh my God. Now this guy, right?
Hi.
This guy. Am
Hi,
I
I'm
right?
Darren.
This guy. I mean, it's amazing, which we're going to talk about, but what makes our characters look great are the people behind these characters, and this guy is Reinhardt. And look, he's wearing a bow tie. He's got the bow tie on today. Let's clap for the bow tie, because it's amazing. I love, look at, oh, oh my gosh. If I had my way, I'd spend an hour just with Darren talking about Reinhardt. That's what I would do. Next year, we'll have an hour per character.
Okay.
We could do it. We could do it. But so many good people. Next is a character that I think brings so much life, love, and music to our game. The one and only Johnny Crew.
This is my jam.
Come on out, Johnny. It's so rad. I love you. Look at you. All these great, we could just, yes, we could stop right here and have the best day ever, couldn't we? Oh my gosh. But oh, we got more. We got more. So next we decided, you know, every year it's hard because we love all of our heroes and there's so many great ones to bring in. But this year we thought it'd be interesting. Well, I'm not going to say much more because I'm going to screw up the surprise for you. How about that? So straight from New York, we flew in Farah. Come on out, Jenko.
All systems checked out. Ready for combat maneuvers.
Jen Cohn, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those pants. Come on now. Girl, you look good. Oh my gosh. Seriously. This is just, I wish we could just all hang out and hug all day and all have a coffee. I think next year we're all going to go for coffee. You want to do that? Coffee? Coffee with the Overwatch actors. That's my new jam. All right. But come on, guys. We cannot bring out Farah without bringing...
Look after yourself out there.
Aisha!
I get a sunset.
Aisha! From Cairo. Stand up if you love Anna. Come on now. Look at them right now. Look at them right now. Oh my gosh. From Cairo, this girl flew in from, how long did it take you to get here from Cairo? Like 800 hours? Something? 26 hours to be here with you today, guys. It's so great, It's so great. She's great. My favorite thing about Anna, which we'll talk about, is whenever that character came out, people said, we're all mothers now. And I thought that made me cry. So now, if we're going to fly people from around the world, we might as well bring Widowmaker Chloe Holly. Oh my gosh, beautiful Chloe Holly. I love her. Oh, crazy. Chloe Hollings. Oh my God, I can't breathe. Can you breathe? Is anybody else hyperventilating right now? Everybody? Yes. Jesus. I feel that's what's so fun about this. I feel like a fan now. I'm not a Blizzard employee. I'm just a total freaking nerd who's kind of getting excited. So anyway, all right. So, okay, who do you think's next? I don't know. Okay. Well, if we're gonna keep this real, we gotta balance the metrics on the powers that be. I think it might be.
If we fight again, I can't promise you'll walk away this time.
This is happening right now, people. This is actually happening. Oh my hands are shaking. This is amazing. You know what, guys? Let me tell you something about BlizzCon and the voice actor stage and the voice actor panels. No matter what's going on in the world right now, good or bad, all this crazy stuff that's happening, you know what? We're here. You and I and all of us are here right now having a kick butt time. So let's clap to us. Let's clap to that. We're here right now. Right now we're here, and life is so good. So good. I'm so grateful. All right. So none of this would be possible without the person who keeps us sane, my partner in crime, the one that lives in all the heads of everybody on stage, the one, the only, our lead writer for Overwatch, Mr. Michael Chu. Come on out, Michael. Yay, Michael. Michael Chu, everybody. Woo. Somebody's got to put the air on up in this place, man. Jesus.
Don't worry, I am your fan.
I think we should just all sit here and stare at them. You want? Let's take a picture of it. Let's just stare at them. Look at, just clap. They're all here. This is a band. Let's clap because everybody's here, and we're gonna have an amazing time. Oh. We are I tell you what. Right now, those of us here and on the stream, we're the luckiest people in the world to be here right now. So for those of you who don't know how our voice actor panels work, what I'm going to do is kind of talk a little bit with each character, actor, human, and then we'll talk about the game a little bit and kind of bigger picture stuff. And then hopefully, if we don't get caught up talking, because there's so much. The reality is, what do you think? I think this should be a 4-hour panel next year. Do you want to do 4 hours? Thank you. We're going to make that happen. So my point is, we're going to go through, talk to everybody. Talk, about big picture stuff, hopefully have a Q&A, and we're going to have a really great time. All right, you guys ready? We'll dive in. Woo! I don't even know. Did you guys see the Reinhardt cinematic? What was that? Oh my God. Darren. I just, tell us everything about how you feel about that piece.
It's good. It was wonderful. We should talk about the session.
Yes, let's do it.
We did it in 3 sessions. The first one was 7 hours.
7 hours of recording.
And then she ordered German food for all of us afterwards. And it was very rare for a game session. Normally you do them alone. But for that, Blizzard and Andrea thought that the relationship between Baldric and Reinhardt is very important. So Piotr Michael, who played Baldric, we worked together. We did a table read of the script. We did improvs in character. We did improvs out of character. We worked and worked and worked and worked to build that relationship. And then we just broke the script down, and it was absolute joy. The moment that we did Live with Honor, Die with Glory at the end. Yeah, you make me cry. We did that over and over, just looking at each other. We were on opposite mics, and we were reaching out to each other. And we said it a million ways. And there was one where I did go. I was like, ugh, and you're like, keep rolling, keep rolling. If you cry, it's okay. And that's the magic of Blizzard, that they let this happen, that they want those cinematics and the animated shorts to be so special, that they allow us as actors to explore and commit fully. Thank you. It is an honor to do this.
We love our Darren DePaul. Oh my God.
It's joy. It's absolute joy.
Yeah. He might be my favorite human on the planet. Clap if you think he's the best human on the planet. On the planet.
I have lots of candy. There was a candy budget this year. Again, 3 people came to our house, so please come next year, because my wife and I bought lots of candy for you guys.
I love it. You're at Target getting all that candy for BlizzCon.
Yeah, I dressed up.
Yeah. What did you dress up as?
A dum-dum.
But let's really talk about, well, first of all, the main thing I want to talk about, and those of you who've been to the voice actor stage before, and if you were at our World of Warcraft panel before, I really want to take this moment to honor these humans, Because, you know, when I do the voice actor panels, it's wonderful to talk lore, it's wonderful to talk about the story, but what I love talking about more are the humans behind the characters. Because the reason you love these characters is because these actual humans are good people. And they're bringing their, as you know with Darren, and everybody on this table is bringing their heart and soul into the character. So what you love about Reinhardt is what you love about Darren. Does that make sense? They're not just playing a character, they're giving themselves to you in the form of this character. So that's what I really like to talk about, is how each person here is giving you a piece of their soul so that you can enjoy the game. And so for the Reinhardt piece, I mean, the improv was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I usually at the voice, I have to use adult language today, so I'm finding this very difficult. But things got very real because Darren, you know, improv exercises are great. So the wonderful actor who played Baldric, his name is Piotr.
Michael, yeah.
Piotr Michael. And we did improv exercises, and what that means is we let these two actors, we give them, it's like whose line is it anyway? We give them a kind of a theme, and they just run and make up situations. And when you and Piotr did this, you know, Baldric said to Reinhardt, you might remember, you're so sad, you have this armor on, because we all think of Reinhardt as very joyous, right? And Baldric said to you, you're hiding behind the armor, what heartbreak do you have? We realized that the depth of Reinhardt is heartbreak.
Yeah. Well, we said early on that he's kind of Quixote in a lot of ways. He's this, you know, knight, this champion, might be a little off. He's got the armor in the back of a van. He's looking for rights to wrong, but there's a deep sadness. We saw some of that in the animated short, and that's what makes his joy so special, because it's about living for the moment. It's about protecting the team. It's about being alive, because he could have died that day, but he's alive and he shares it and he becomes the shield. And there was a line that we did, because, well, old Reinhardt's here, young Reinhardt's here, you pitch it up in the top of the voice. Yeah, old Reinhardt down there. And when we were doing acting, the magic of acting, there was that one thing, and he was like, if you were my child, if you were my child, I would scold you. I'm like, you have no children! And that was in the improv, and it was like, whoa, things just got real in the studio. And we were going back and forth at each other, and then the love came, and we broke down, and it was a really, really, really special day. I hope you guys felt that. I saw there were a lot of responses.
Did you get the feels? Did you get the
feels?
feels?
Yeah, that a lot of people cried, and it was really special. I hope there was some, you know, joy to it, and then sadness, because that's life. But, you know, it's about finding your joy every day. It's about following your passion. Yeah, I gush, but how many days do you get to do this?
Yes.
And share our art, our passion, our love for what we do with all of you guys? Because you've heard us in your heads, and now we get to share it in this room. So, I mean, thank you.
Best human. Best human. But I think that's it. But, you know, because all of us, and I think you get to the point that all of us have, we have our good days and we have our bad days, and everybody has a vulnerability, even if they're impenetrable behind the armor. Reinhardt's sad, and we realize that we love him, but it's not just this guy all the time. There's heartbreak and tragedy in Reinhardt, and it was really wonderful to get to that.
That's what makes a person. They're not just one-dimensional characters. These are fully formed people with layers.
Yes.
And that's what makes it thrilling to act and to play.
We get to peel back all the layers. So, Michael, what's your take on Reinhardt? Like, how do you because you have to live in all their heads. So when we talk about his tragedy and heartbreak, what does it all kind of mean to you?
Yeah, I think the fun thing about Reinhardt, and what we really wanted to get out of that animated short is that we're all very familiar with the Reinhardt that's in the game, the big, larger-than-life, joyous, you know, bring me another guy. But there's a truth behind where he started, and one of the fun things I think was to show that younger Reinhardt, you know, the one who indeed had the amazing hair, the one who's
he did.
he's, you know, arrogant, you know, a little bit of that. And what I really love is that you could see the evolution. You know, Reinhardt didn't stop being a larger-than-life person when this happened. You know, it's an evolution for him. And I think one thing that's just really interesting when you place that piece in the overall, you know, shape of where the story's going, it was never supposed to be Reinhardt who joined Overwatch, right? It was supposed to be Baldric.
That's the whole thing, right?
And that's the thing that Reinhardt has had to live with and had to live every day with.
we talked about the tragedy. Imagine from your own arrogance, your best friend, your mentor, your almost father figure getting killed and carrying that your whole life. When Reinhardt's out there being joyous, we don't think about that. But think of all of us. If we caused the death of somebody we love, how we would carry that and what that would make us feel like. So.
And as you know, the voice is kind of based on my father's voice. It's
That's
an
right.
elevated
Tell them
version.
about that story for those of us who didn't catch it last.
If you hear the Junkenstein narration, that's Reinhardt as well. But that's kind of like my dad, the quieter version. So when you're doing this, my father would be saying, I'm disappointed you should have been a lawyer. That's would be my father. And so you take that and you elevate, and you elevate, and you elevate, and you elevate, and there you have Reinhardt. So a little bit of my father is in him, that you have. And he lives on in all of you.
I know. I love Darren. And I remember when Darren got the role, how we had that talk and you were crying because when you're playing Reinhardt, you're playing Darren's father, and it's such a lovely homage to his father. What's his name?
Pavel.
Say it again?
Pavel, P-A-V-E-L.
Let's all cheer for Pavio right now. Thank you, Pavio, for bringing us Darren DePaul. I love you. I love you. All right, and then there's this guy, Lucio.
Oh, can't stop, won't stop.
The dreads, the cool skates, all of it. So my big question is, how is playing Lucio, changed your life? It's like a thing now. It's like a big deal. So what's your journey been like so far?
It's been nutty. It's crazy. I've been a on-camera actor for many years. Did a lot of terrible titles that you might want to
Tell us what they are so we can watch them tonight, right? Who wants to watch?
No. I got an image to maintain. But to have done a voice in a video game, of all things, I never would have thought would have brought me to this place of notoriety and of appreciation from people of my work. That's been the biggest surprise, is you guys connecting with this character and appreciating the work that we did in the studio. And as an actor, that's what you would hope to inspire and make other people feel that those good vibrations. And honestly, it just keeps expanding. I'm like, this is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Well played, sir.
Yeah.
So what about Lucio? What I like to ask actors is what part of the character they connect with personally. So when you think about Lucio, and granted, they're Michael's great lines, and we're in the game, but what part of Johnny is in Lucio? Where do you see yourself in Lucio?
I think his ideal, his altruism, his encouragement, his belief that things can be better, and I'm like that with my friends. If my friends ever oh man, I wish I could do what you do, and I just look at them as seriously as I can. I'm like, you can't. You could do it. Not as good as me, but you could do it. But and his mischief, his playfulness is another part of me that I feel in when I'm in the booth. What can I bring in that loose, playful, joyful, no care in the world except the moment kind of vibe, so yeah.
I love it, and I think that really, what I love about all of you, which is why Michael and the actors and the game team work so hard, and Michael, you can speak more of this as well, is to me, Overwatch is about our better future. Especially in these dark days, every day you put the news on and something really awful is happening, but in Overwatch, everything's going to be okay. And I think that Lucio, to me, really embodies the love and spirit and joy of Overwatch. So I love it. Michael, what's your take? Yeah, let's clap for love and joy, because we're here. So Michael, Lucio, for you, what do you think? What's your jam?
Lucio is really a lot what you're talking about. He is almost like a human embodiment of the Overwatch spirit, right? Both in his character as basically a person who took up the call to heroism based on his circumstances. And I think that when you look at Overwatch being that optimistic future that we're always talking about, Lucio, he is liquid optimism.
Liquid optimism. I want that T-shirt next year, Michael. We need that T-shirt. And he's got the. Oh God, what's happening?
I just
There's
got
been a candy. Okay, go. It's your turn now. You got the candy. They're gonna poke an eye out with those Reese's peanut butter cups.
Everyone signed waivers, right?
I love it. Well, we love Lucio so very much, and
I
he's got
love
the
you guys
mad
so
beats,
much.
yo.
Thank you for this.
You got
Thank
the mad
you.
beats.
Genuinely.
That's the whole thing.
Thank you.
It's great. Then there's Farah. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. And again, I think hopefully if you, with the Q&A, and if you come up, we're going to do signing later, everybody here on the panel, and I'm like a broken record, forgive me, is their character. I look at every person here and I just love them so much because they are their character, and there's so much love and beauty coming through them, especially in Farah. So how's this journey been for you? Did you have any idea this was going to happen?
First call.
Woo! Yay! And so what do you think? What do you think? Is it what you? I mean, like, look at what's happening right here.
Well, you asked me how this journey has been. I'm so blown away that it has landed me here with all of you. I'm completely blown away. Completely blown away. I mean, really. So thank you, and thank you all. It's been really exciting. It's been so much fun. I mean, she's such a beautiful character. She's such a righteous character. And when I started working on her, I had no idea that this is the wormhole I'd be going through and ending up here. This is just extraordinary.
So when you think about Farah, I think when you and I first met in World of Warcraft, you did some work for me in World of Warcraft.
Yep.
You know, every actor I work with, I fall deeply, madly in love with. So I think we fell in love.
Mutual.
And, yes, right? And then so when Farah came up, it was just seemed like a no-brainer because your voice, she's wearing silver pants, for God's sake. Like, how powerful do you have to be to come on stage with your silver pants? Look at this. Show them your shoes. Show them the shoes. Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes. Look at, show them, yeah, look at. Yes, whoa! Is that Farah or is that Farah? I mean, seriously. You gotta tell us we bought those so we can all buy those boots for next year. Yes. I'm gonna wear those next year. Yes. So again, I'm gonna kind of ask everybody this. So, you know, when you record Farah, when I was on the World of Warcraft panel yesterday, how do you feel when because I can't, Jen's in New York when I record her, so I only hear her. So A, what do you personally connect with? And B, I'm curious how you stand when you record. Is there a power stance?
Oh, I love this question. Yes, there is. Yes. Well, what's funny is I always have to stand. Like, there's some voice actors who can sit and do their lines. There is not one line of Farah's that can be done sitting. Like, everything is like, she's very powerful. She's a righteous girl.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it so much.
And then, so what do you connect with? Like, what do you feel when you do those lines? When you're in her headspace, what are you? Strength, endurance, conviction?
I love how soulful she is. You know, everything that motivates her is from such a deep place. So even the most basic action is really loaded. I mean, it's so complicated for her. She's not sort of just doing this for fun. This isn't like, walking the bar.
Parties.
It's very loaded. It's very important. She's a much more serious person than I am, as is evidenced by my flame boots. She's very serious, but she's so soulful, and she's heartwarming. She comes from such a good, sincere place. I love her. I love working with her.
She's great. Yeah. And I can't wait. You know, Michael, what does Farah mean to you? Like, when we talk about this character, what's your kind of overall? Because, Michael, like I said, has to live in their head. So how would you quantify her?
I think Farah's really fun because she's the character who, she lived her life and she was dreaming that she was going to be a part of Overwatch, but she never got that opportunity. Right. And basically you can kind of see how that affected her life. Like, she was sort of training and doing everything she could so that she could step into this role, and ultimately, before she had that opportunity for various reasons, it was taken away. And so she's very much having to find a different way. And I assume that, being a kind of private security chief is not exactly what she imagined her life to be. And I think, the interesting setup there obviously is that, Overwatch is coming back and the world needs heroes.
Yes, it does.
And there's a generation of heroes that's ready to step up.
It's so great. And I really can't wait to have all the movies for everybody. So, Michael, how about tell us right now what all movies are going to be about? Can we do that? Can we tell us? Because, like Farah, for example, she is tragedy too, right? Yeah. Her mom, she lost her mom. I think what makes any good character, and I think you guys resonate with this, is there's joy and wondrous energy, but there's also heartbreak. And what we're channeling here in Overwatch is the human story and the human experience. Because all of us know happiness and all of us know tragedy, do we not? We do. But we're here right now. I'm going to keep saying that because it's been a crazy year, people, and I'm so grateful to be here. So I love that our characters are showing us how to survive and get by, and that's pretty powerful.
Who's Farah's dad?
Well, that's my next question.
Do we know that yet?
I don't know. Aisha came here yesterday. She's like, I have one question I need to know on the panel from Michael Chu. Who is Farah's dad? Michael?
You mean Sam?
Sorry?
You mean Sam?
Sam? What? I think we just got punked. I think we got punked. So we're not going to find out today, Michael. Nobody's going to know. We'll just whisper it on the microphone. Nobody will know.
You thought I was kidding.
That's straight
Who's
face.
Sam?
Oh, I think.
Oh my goodness! A riot! Calm down, everybody. Who's Sam?
Sam Sparrow's father. That's his name.
You see what I got to put up with? Okay. Well.
You may have seen him before. He's shown up in some panel of a comic and maybe a spray at some point. But
Anybody got anything on this one? This is the guy from the reflection. Girl, you're on to it. Blink twice for yes, Michael. Blink twice for yes.
yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've been busy, girl. You're just going all over town, so
We have to do a DNA.
I guess you were back in the day and you were just loving everybody. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Can we just clap for Aisha because she's here from Cairo? Oh my God. Beautiful lady. Aisha. Isn't she the best? Where do we, I've got chills all over my arms to have you. I'm looking at you. And again, this is my first time meeting her as well because I only hear over the connection. So, what do you think? Do you like us?
I'm kind of speechless,
I know.
like for 17 or how long it was,
Yes.
hours of recording via
So many
Skype.
hours. Yes.
We're in Cairo, Andrea and Mike here in LA.
Yes.
And it's just, I had no idea. And even though I had a colleague in the office who kept saying, you have no idea how huge that is. I said, shut up. It's like, okay, no way. I'll show you videos. And even the video you send me, it cannot absorb all that. So thank you. It's like I couldn't really believe it.
I love it. It's so great. And also, I know, like
My
mother and daughter people,
Yeah.
come on now. That's so rad. So rad. And also, when we were recording VO, what was it? I know it was like in the morning for us, but what time was it in Cairo? Like hella late?
We are night people, so
Yeah.
it worked perfectly all right. And it was during Ramadan, so
Right,
we had
Ramadan.
to start at 7 p.m. our
7
time.
p.m. through till like midnight almost, wasn't it sometimes?
Yeah, and we stayed till 3 a.m., which is fine for
Yeah.
us. We're night people.
Yeah. Crazy Egyptians.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
It's like we're not working with the sanest.
Right. I love it. Well, you know, it's really great because what I love about Overwatch, me as Andrea, not even working at Blizzard, is the extreme diversity and celebration of different backgrounds, colors, ages, skins, everything. And I think that's what I love about Overwatch is that everybody's cool, everybody's equal, it ain't no problem. And so when Ana came out, you know, it's a, because usually females in video games are like 12, actually maybe 20. But so to have a character that has more life experience and story, I think kudos to Michael and the team for giving us a character that wasn't like in a bikini armor set. Right? Really, that I love Blizzard for that. I love it.
Except for the Sam bit.
Except for what?
The Sam bit.
The Sam bit.
Sam.
Oh, yeah, Sam bit, exactly. So what does Ana mean to you? Like when you think, because you really, I mean, I got everybody here is their character, but Aisha as Ana has really, you, like, I just see Ana, I hear Ana, your energy is Ana, your love is Ana. How do you quantify her? What does she mean to you?
My name in Arabic means life.
Does it? See, that makes so much sense. So,
And it's when I read the brief, it's just that, oh, she's so much like me. I
Yes.
have these two sides.
Yes.
So, but first I said, okay, let others try, and then, okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
yeah, it's great. So when you're in her headspace, I think when you're in those sessions, do you feel, because you know when the actors, someday I'm going to bring everybody here to a recording session. You want to do that? Everybody's just going to pile. Michael, we can do that, right? We can fit them in there.
Yeah, I think
There's
so.
Twinkies for everyone in the recording studio.
Better you than me.
Right?
I don't wanna eat them.
Margaritas and Twinkies for everybody. But I'm always thinking about, even when we're not at BlizzCon, I'm thinking about ways to bring you into the recording studio. So I'd love for people to see what goes on because we're in the recording studio, it's real. They're there. And I'm always curious, but I mean, it's like, suddenly the world disappears and we're very much with Ana and all of her characters. So when you're in that headspace with her, are there any words to describe, do you feel powerful or weighted down, or what goes in your head when you're with her?
When it was like, and I used to ask, why am I saying that? And when it's just the comeback mood, I would just like focus on something and pretend I have guns. I did a couple of...
But you do have guns. Why are you lying? I love
Whatever. I did a couple of shooting sessions.
Okay,
so
good. All
like,
actors should maybe do that. Yeah.
And actually the one that affected me most, and you would remember that, was the letter.
The letter that she wrote. Did you guys remember the letter that she wrote? I think we were both crying through that.
No, because at that point, and I did tell you, I can't remember if I told you, the daughter of my niece was having a brain surgery in Turkey at the time, and she was born deaf. And then we were waiting to see what's happened, and of course the mobile is silent, but I could see that the video came. So I just told you I need to step out, and they just filmed me how she came out of surgery and sign language that I'm hungry and I want grandma's food. So I started crying, and then I said, okay, fine, I'm good, I'm back. And when I read the letter, I started really choked, and you said, do you have kids? I said, well, sort of kids, and then she said, yeah, because you made me cry. I said, I made myself cry.
That's a beautiful, and I didn't know that. You didn't tell me at the time.
I didn't tell you
so
that,
do you see what I'm talking about? Those are actually, Aisha's tears, Aisha's love, Aisha's heartbreak coming through that letter. That was so that's why it feels so real and affects all of us. So Michael, that letter, and Anna, because you wrote that letter. That was all. Michael's a very sensitive human. I got to tell you. I mean, you got to go to these dark places too. So what's your take on all that?
So I think the place that Anna really came out of. I think we can all agree that the world needs more heroes, but also like some more like awesome older female heroes. And so,
right?
So we were really excited to make Anna, and one of the things that I think about when I think about Anna is like she is the embodiment of like competence. Like, and that sounds like, oh yeah, she's competent. No, she's like amazing, right? She is the best. There's like in a comic at one point she's like fighting Reaper and she kind of whoops him, and people always ask me like, well, how's that possible? Like Anna's just like. She's like a normal, pretty, she's a great sniper and everything, but like Reaper has like powers and stuff. I'm like, Anna takes him down, easy, no problem. And I think that's the thing that I really love about Anna is that she is like completely self-confident. She knows what she's about, and when she interacts with other characters, that is her role.
I love that about her. I love it. Let's all clap for Anna because she's amazing. So is Aisha. I love you. I'm gonna move this way. Widowmaker in the house. I was kind of hoping you'd have the purple spandex on, but that's a little too revealing for our audience. But she's just cool. So tell us, Chloe, what's your journey been like?
Sorry?
What's your journey been like, the Widowmaker, this whole thing? Because I think all of you on here had no idea what was about to hit. So how's it been for you?
I love Widowmaker with all my heart. And it's funny because like most people think that we have nothing in common. And which is like, thank you, by the way. But what I do love about acting in general, and this is actually why I decided to become an actor, and I'm so glad that I can do it on this game, is that there is actually so much that we can relate to with Widowmaker, because she is all about loss and about finding a way to shield herself from this terrible trauma that she's been through. And I can completely relate to that. In the cinematic, there's actually this sentence that she says at the end, which to me
What does she say and how does she say it?
Well, she starts by saying that she had this fear of spiders, and that she finally realized that she now understands them, that at the moment of the kill, they are never more alive. And so basically now she's become this super killer, cold-blooded assassin. And to me, it was like, well, this is what she's looking for, to feel alive. And that's what we're all looking for. Like, why do we become what we become? Why do we choose to act or do whatever we do? This is just what we're all looking for. And Widowmaker, she doesn't seem like that. She seems a bit like, we're not going to be friends right now and stuff. But yeah, I adore. I have a lot of sympathy towards her.
And it's great, and I think, we could all talk about this, and I think I say it at every voice actor stage, but, every quote-unquote bad character, you can't play them like a bad character because we're all heroes of our own story.
Yeah.
And if you start judging your character and thinking she's bad, then it becomes a flat character. But it's kind of making me sad now as well because only right now are we talking about the true heartbreak and tragedy. Something's happened to her. All of our characters are traumatized, Michael. Jesus.
Yeah. What does it say
God,
about
it's like
you,
a group
Michael?
therapy session all up in here. But it's true, and I love that. That's, again, I'm going to repeat myself. That's why these actors are amazing, because they're connected. You're not just playing, okay, I'm playing this sexy, deadly character, but there's heartbreak to her, and she's trying to, imagine if you had to go through life trying to feel alive, how it'd be traumatic.
Exactly.
So what do you connect with? Like, when you think about her, and I guess it's kind of what you just said, but what does she mean to you? Because I don't see Chloe because she's in Paris recording. So when you're recording her, is there a stance, or what's your headspace like? Or
So, to be completely honest, I don't need to do it as much now because she's been with me for some time now. But at first, like for the first whole year, every time I had a session, I would wear like these major high heels. Because
I heard those in your reads. I heard those.
yeah, just so that I could like stand on something and like feel, because I must be honest as well, I would never have cast myself as Widowmaker. Like, just judging on the image and like knowing myself, I would have probably given myself like Tracer, or, that felt more like something that anyone would give me. So I never really even believed that I would get the part. And so even if it was just like 2-3 years ago, I was still 2-3 years younger than I am now. And so to play this like powerful, really like self-assured woman just felt like a real challenge to me every time. So yeah, I needed those high heels, and I was always standing and like kind of always like with my legs wide apart from each other and holding the bar like that, and then bring it on.
I love it. I love it. Well, she is so powerful, and I think that, what you're talking about, a lot of people who want to get into voice acting, I always ask about the stance, because so many times the stance is part of it. When you walk into that booth, you kind of have to own that space.
Yes.
You can, and kind of be that character and inhabit, even though it's voice acting, I always want to just call it acting, because it's just acting, because you're physically inhabiting the character.
There is so much physicality
So much.
going on. We're like all alone facing this microphone, and no one's there to watch, and there are no cameras, but we're like moving like crazy. Well, I'm saying we, I guess others are too, but it's like so much is happening. If like, we should be filmed. People would go nuts.
I will. I'll do that right now.
Yeah.
I will start. Okay, we'll start filming everything and posting it. How about that? Yeah. Right, Michael? We can do that. And then we're gonna have all of you with like 65 buses pull up to the recording studio. I'm gonna do that. You just wait. I want to maybe do like a lottery or some way. Okay, that's just I'm working on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheer if you want me to do that, because if it's loud, I might just do it. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. When I look out into all these faces, to know that you care so much, I love you so much, and I'm so grateful you're here. So, Michael, your take on Widowmaker. This whole kind of tragedy and thing. How does that feel to you?
Widowmaker is an intensely tragic character.
Yes.
There is a lot about her story that we have yet to delve into, and I would love to talk about all of it right now.
Nobody's listening, Michael.
But
Nobody's listening.
I think you have to trust me. Just trust me, when we get to it, there's a lot more going on with Widowmaker than you might think. And one thing that I love about Widowmaker is that she literally has her own castle now. So, that seems like goals for her. So she's probably pretty excited about that. She has this like voice line, I think, where she's just like, "You've overstayed your welcome, get out."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, why wouldn't she as well? Have her in castle.
We love her so. Thank you. Let's clap because she flew from Paris to get here, and she's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it together, Saul. I'm gonna try to keep it together, and I can't use adult language, but Doomfist is here. Come on, seriously. I can't even tell you how happy I am. So I'm gonna embarrass Saul again and talk about how we found each other. Because so obviously, Michael and I work together to do casting. Michael writes the specs, and it's my job to kind of go out across the globe and look for our Doomfist, or all of our characters. Especially for Overwatch, we really do cast around the globe, as you can see. And I was casting in LA, London, and New York, and I got amazing reads in. They were all great. They were all amazing actors. But sometimes when we're doing casting, I'm just listening for something. I can't even quantify it. I'm listening for connection. I'm listening for something different. And I was at my house going through all the auditions. I think I had over 400. And I thought, quick note, I'm a huge fan of an amazing artist and political activist named Fela Kuti. He's like, anybody know Fela? One person? Yeah. Yes? Thank you. Fela Kuti, for those of you who don't know, is kind of, I'm going to shortcut it, Saul, but it's hard to quantify Fela. But he's like the Bob Marley of Nigeria. He was politically active and this charismatic character. And there was a play on Broadway 7 years ago. I was in New York recording World of Warcraft, and I saw Fela on Broadway with this person as the lead role of Fela. And he was so charismatic and powerful and amazing and owned that stage and took my breath away that 7 years later in my house on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock looking for Doomfist, I thought, what about Sao Ngauja? I can't even, see, I should know it by now. I'm so excited I can't talk. So I reached out to him, found his manager, and I'm like, I'm just going to throw this message in the bottle. I'm probably not going to hear back. I don't know what's going to happen. I reach out to the manager. He writes back. Sal goes to the booth in New York. We flew him in from New York to record. And Michael, how was it when we first heard Saw on the microphone as Doomfist?
Well, it was, oh, that's Doomfist.
That's Doomfist.
I think I was probably also a little concerned for my own safety.
It was. Saw owned that role. And Saul, you had never even, you never did video game work before?
No.
Close.
No,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I hadn't.
And have you done a little bit of voice work, I guess? Some?
Yeah, little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Over
But so
the years. Yeah.
this wonderful human shows up. I'm like, you don't even know what's going to happen, Saul, but you're going to be Doomfist. Can we just clap for how rad Doomfist, louder, Doomfist. Oh my gosh. So amazing. So so many times in session, I'm like, brother, you have no idea what's about to hit you when you come to BlizzCon. So what do you think? Is it kind of maybe logging in now?
You're absolutely right. I had no idea. I could not have imagined. And it's such a great honor to participate in such a fascinating world, to be colleagues with such fascinating, talented, wonderful people, and to participate in your life. It's amazing. Thanks for bringing me on.
I love him. And it was really great working with Saw because he played Fela. Because actually, I want to talk about, before we get back to that, we talked a lot about Doomfist because it would have been really easy, and Saw, we talked about this as well, to play big, growly, angry guy. But we didn't want that. We wanted some nuances. And I think what Michael and I talked about early days was he needed to have charm, charisma, personality, because if somebody's going to lead people, he can't just be growling and threatening. He's got to have a heart and soul and a way to connect with people. So Michael, you want to talk about how you approached Doomfist?
Yeah, I think it was a number of things with Doomfist because we knew that he needed to embody so many different kind of, not personalities, but so many different roles. And one of them that I always said is, okay, so he's one of the heads of Talon, this big, infamous kind of scary group. And it's like, he has to be able to convince people to follow him. People are joining Talon for some reason. He's got to recruit them. So he needed to have that charismatic side where he could talk to you and convince you that following him was the right thing. Doomfist is also visionary, right? He has this big plan for the world, and so you had to hear that idea that he's always thinking, he's planning ahead. And then I think it's just that intimidation. He doesn't have to use it, and people know they don't want to disappoint him because it doesn't go well for them.
I think, remember Saw did this when we were doing some improv in the callback. Do you remember this, Michael? Saw was improvising, and I can't even do it justice. But he said, sit down, no, sit down. And we're like, when he said sit down, Michael and I, oh my God, I think we peed on ourselves.
Please, take a seat. Sit down.
Oh my God, just get me off. It's just so good. So I want to ask you, Saw, because Saw and I were hanging out in Brooklyn in August, and we were talking about what you based Doomfist on in Nigeria, some of the generals, your experience with Fela, the whole thing. So where does Doomfist come from for you? What are you basing him on?
Yeah, it's funny because Doomfist, it's interesting, because, in some ways he's like this typical kind of privileged African guy from a very wealthy family, very highly educated. I know a lot of people like that. I've encountered many people like that. But then also his aspirations, they don't put him far off from people who are running companies all over the world or people who are running governments all over the world. It just so happens that my father's from Sierra Leone, West Africa. My mom is Native American, African American. But many years ago now, I mean, this was 2001 to 2009, we had a civil war in Sierra Leone. But it was less a civil war and more Akande Ogundimu, Doomfist's real name. It was more like an Akande type of chap who decided that he wanted to take what was in his next door neighbor's house. And that next door neighbor was Sierra Leone. We had diamonds. And the guy who was running Liberia, he decided he wanted those diamonds. So he found somebody within the country to help him do it. And then they moved those diamonds all over the world. And they made a lot of money doing it, and they ruined many lives. But when I was thinking about this guy, he reminded me of the type of arrogance and the type of vision and the type of charisma that it took for that guy who was Charles Taylor and many others who do those sorts of things. I mean, today, we can look all over the world and we can see people like that who feel as though they have ideas that are worth spreading at the expense of other people's lives. So in that way, it was like, okay, I think I know where this is sitting, you know, and now how are we going to make it work? But I will also say this. One of the things that I appreciate about Doomfist and the way that he feels about what he is doing is that it kind of reminds me of the way ancient mythological characters, particularly like the elementals or the gods, who, you know, if we grew up in an ancient society and we had a pantheon where it's like, oh, you know, it's raining so much, it must be, you know, the rain god, you know, oh, the crops aren't growing, it must be the earth god, you know what I mean, or whatever. And that's kind of explaining, you know, as opposed to like, you know, hurricane, whatever, is, you know, just blown in, you know, that's what it is. But you know, either way, the energy and the idea around something elemental that is with more power than you can really hold back with your two arms, coming to blow your little house away. And then how do you prepare yourself to deal with that, and how do you make sense of it to the other people around you or the young ones in your community? And so Doomfist, to me, he reminds me of that elemental kind of idea. He is the volcano, and he sees himself like that. I'm going to blow and flow and destroy all of those houses because they need to get stronger. And it gives me a way to appreciate him. But I will finally say this. It also makes me appreciate the games that Blizzard is making, the thought process behind creating this game, and the way that you are participating inside of it. Because now what we have new mythology that is you know, growing in our lifetime, and it's helping all of us make sense of our day-to-day lives and the things that don't make sense about what's going on, those things that we can't control or that we feel like we can't control. Participating inside of the mythology, I think it does something to our psyche that it strengthens our humanity. And in that way, it's kind of, yeah, what he's trying to do, it kind of works, you know. And but in real time, what you guys are doing, I think it's working, you know.
I think it's working.
Yeah.
Now do you see why he's Doomfist? Give it up for Doomfist. Seriously. I can't even hear you. When you're talking, I can't even focus straight because I just hear it's just Doomfist and the passion and the charisma. I mean, I think as soon as he said hello to us on the microphone, we're like, and that's Doomfist. Oh my God, I love you guys. Okay, so here, that's why we need 4 hours for this next year. We have 10 minutes left. I'm gonna ask you, we can do a Q&A. We could try to do a Q&A, but they also have lines from the game to voice for you. Which one? Maybe we can get through the lines quickly, and then we could get a question or two. How about, let's try to do both. Do you want to do that? All right. So if you guys don't mind, I love you so much. Let's start. We'll read all the lines on the card. Let's just go. Let's just plow through this and just bring it, brother. Let's see what you got.
Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield. Hammer down! I'm not as young as I used to be. I remember being posted here. It was good for my tan. Ah, my friends, what's all this standing around for? There's glory to be won. Catchphrase!
Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. It's so like he's so great. All right. I love you, Darren. Lucio, what you got?
So I went out partying last night, so let's see how this goes. Lucio, coming at you. Oh, feel that healing beat. Oh, let's break it down. Boostia! oh, time to accelerate.
Oh, good, Lucio. I want a GPS. I think we should make a GPS with Lucio. I would love that. I would love that. All right, Farah, beautiful, what you got?
Justice reigns from above. All systems checked out, ready for combat maneuvers. Remember your training and we'll get through this just fine. Aerial superiority achieved. Rocket jump, that sounds dangerous.
So good, Farah. Anna, my beautiful lady.
Get in there. I'll keep you patched up. Nap time. You're powered up. Get in there. There's nothing I haven't seen before. Stick together. We will complete our mission. Never stop fighting for what you believe in. Warihom Awitak.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I got goosebumps. You guys, who's got goosebumps? Who's got goosebumps? All of us? Yes. All right, Widowmaker.
No one can hide from my sight. This time of year, the spiders come out to play. Step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Personne n'échappe à mon regard. Ah, the sight of one of my finest kills. That day, I felt alive.
I think it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Oh. This is the best. I think it's the best day of all of our lives. Let's clap if it's the best day of your life right now. It's the best day of our life. I love it. All right, Doomfist.
Only through conflict do we evolve. One punch is all I need. Don't get back up. Talk to the fist. The world changed after the crisis. It is overdue for a new test. Rocket punch!
Oh my God, I want to do this all day. You guys are amazing. All right. All right, we got 5.5 minutes for questions. Do we have some people out there? All right, let's just start there. We'll see. We'll get through as many as we can, and then we got the signing, and then we'll celebrate how great you guys are. All right, tell us your name and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Grace. I'm from LA. I'm sorry, my heart is just kind of
No, we love you. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Okay, my question is, since Blizz World got revealed, what do you? This is for everyone. What do you think your characters would do at this new at the theme park there?
We just released a Blizz World kind of entertainment park. So what? Yes.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. So they went to Disneyland. What would they do?
DJ.
DJ.
I would walk around in a big robot costume and say hello to all the children.
Fly around and keep everyone safe.
Does Doomfist have fun? Would Doomfist destroy stuff? What would he do at Disneyland?
No, I think Doomfist would find out who is running it and figure out how to make a bit more money off it.
That's a great question. Thank you. Good answer. All right. Who do we have? This is one of my favorite people, Edward. Say hi to everybody. This is Edward. What you got, Edward?
Hi. Just like to say first, thank you all. You do a fantastic job. My question's about the sort of sound effect noises that you have to make, because obviously it's a fighting game. So quite a lot of the lines that you have to do are the like when you get hit or when you like exert effort, when you fire, things like this. And I was wondering how you make those sound so genuine, because I've tried doing it in the past, and I don't know how to make them not sound sexual.
Any hints at not being sexy in the booth?
I physically will contort to whatever it is that's happening. So they'll tell you how hard a punch it is that you're taking or what is being done to you. And I physically just make myself do that. And that often gets the sound right. You're going to say
no, that's the same thing. That's not sexy at all.
No.
Yeah.
And there was a sound director.
Our wonderful audio director, Scott Lawler, guides us through. But I think it's like crushed by a rock, you're on fire, you're freezing to death, you're electrocuted.
Drowning. I had to drown once. It was
drowning.
Yeah. Electrocuted, frozen.
Electrocuted. Oh,
yeah. Exploded.
Everyone hurts.
Yeah.
a little more.
For like 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Beautiful question, Edward. Thank you. Okay, we'll go back on this side.
Hi, my name is Ivan. I'm from SF. I'm a Lucio main.
Oh yeah, boy.
Big fan of Johnny Cruz. So my question is for Johnny and for everyone else, if we have time. I see you guys as a big time, top celebrities. Your autograph session has been capped for hours.
Oh wow.
I want to know, for you guys, how has your life changed since you become voice actors? It's been a year. Overwatch has been a big time sensation. I want to know if it gets you more jobs. Is it the same or whatever? I want to know.
Well, for me personally, it's changed it dramatically as far as being an actor, and I'm overwhelmed. I think by the love and appreciation that you guys are throwing my way. I'm every day so grateful for it, and I think, I don't know. It's been freaking amazing. So, and I love you guys so much for it, and that's why I'm here and I interact. And it's the people that make it what it is. For me, to look at your face and see the joy that you have with it, and I could just be there as a conduit of love between all of us. That's it. Yeah.
And we really experience this here at BlizzCon. There is one thing that no one tells you about BlizzCon. Everyone says it's awesome, but they never tell you it is pure love. And this is what this game is all about, and meeting you is all about. It is just pure love.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we got 1 minute left. Where did the gentleman go that had the doom fist? Did he leave? He needs to come back with the fist. All right. Somebody get me a doom fist immediately. All right, next question. While he's walking up, we got one more question.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's amazing, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, incredible. You're incredible. Yeah.
Have a pumpkin.
Happy Halloween.
My question is for all of you: if you could add a voice line to your character, what would it be?
Add a voice line. Well, if I could steal one from another character. Sure. I'm the strongest woman in the world. I'd like that.
Any line you guys would want to say? I think Michael's written all the best lines in the world. So.
I guess if I had to pick
I've written
one,
the worst
it would
ones,
be
too.
Beautiful. Great. We got,
That was
okay,
a
we're at zero.
surprise, wasn't it?
All right. Well, we're out of time, but can we get that guy up to the microphone with that rad doomfist? I want to.
Oh my God.
Who are you? Where did you come? Tell us all about that.
Hi, my name's Indy. I'm from New York.
And you made that?
Wow. Yeah.
What's it made out of?
It's all 3D printed.
What? Okay, I say, how about this? Can you guys all come out? This is a picture opportunity for all of you. We can't take any more questions. Everybody come on up here. Can Saw try on your glove? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Is that okay? Come on up. Everybody, get your cameras. This is this amazing cast. I know, you gotta come on up stage up here. Yeah, you'll be a part of it then. So picture opportunity, that's amazing. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, picture. Okay, let's take a picture with what's your name again?
Indy.
Indy. It's a picture with Indy because he made it. Go on, Michael. We got to get a shot. He brought this to all. Okay, ready? We'll take a couple pictures. All right, can Saw try this on? All right, Saw, it's all you, baby. Okay. This is amazing. Okay, all right, we'll move out of the way. Let's all, look at that. I love it. All right, now it's great. Got it? All right. So good. All right, let's give it up for our Voices of Overwatch, United Nations of Overwatch. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we love you guys. We'll see you next year. We love you. Thank you.